You know, when I look around at all the entrepreneurs who are grinding it out, spending 70 to 80 hours per week growing their business, you have to ask yourself the question, at what cost? Hi, my name's Tim Uchuk, and in this podcast, we're going to be exploring the tools, tactics, and strategies for crushing it and scaling your business without making the ultimate sacrifice of your time and freedom. Hey, what's up everyone? Tim Uchuk here, coming to you from the island. I was traveling all last week. For those of you that have been following the journey, finally back. I'm excited to get back into a rhythm. Our summer at the time of this recording is ending. We're getting into fall. And at the time I'm recording this, it is a Monday. And in the spirit of that, I think this is an important episode. If you are looking for just better, easier ways, not only to improve your productivity, but also your energy and your confidence, which in and of itself is going to improve your productivity. And the secret that I want to share with you today is a pattern. For those of you that are familiar with my productivity funnel, which is a system for getting more done in an hour than most do in a week, it's all made up of patterns. And if you follow these patterns, they're going to lead to a much more effective, productive week. One of these patterns, for example, is minimizing your work in process, meaning working on less. That's a pattern. And the pattern I want to share with you today is something known as, it's known as two different things, Grandma's Law or the Premack Principle. And it's all around how to think about all the stuff that you're going to do and how to organize and prioritize it in a way that makes you feel better, improves your momentum, your morale, your energy as you knock off tasks. And I'm going to explain what I mean. So David Premack, through his studies, famously uncovered the law, the Premack Principle, which states that you can use things that people will choose more frequently as a reinforcer. So I know that's not going to make sense at first. So let me give you an example of that. So when you look at food and items that you could eat, people will tend to use, especially kids, cookies or ice cream, this is why it's called Grandma's Law, more frequently than liver and onions, right? So by selecting the thing that people will choose more frequently as a reinforcer, you can start to create habits around that. And so for example, Grandma's Law, the perfect example of Grandma's Law is finish your vegetables and you'll get a cookie, right? And so this is what we're talking about here with the Premack Principle. And if you were to, let's just go through a quick exercise. Let's say it's Monday or it's a morning for you. I want you to go and just like our last episode, I'm going to give you an actual exercise. And it's easy. You just need a pen and a piece of paper. I want you to, and you're going to love this, by the way. I love doing it. It makes me feel amazing when I knock this stuff off. Write down a list of all the things that come to mind right now. And I would start with maybe 10 things. Write down 10 things that are top of mind that you've been procrastinating, maybe putting off, okay? Next, I want you to list them in order of the things you like doing, you would rather do, starting with 1. So the number 1 thing that you would rather do, all the way to number 10, the thing that you would least rather do, okay? So would like to do, those are your cookies, your ice cream, to the things that, I just don't want to do that, okay? 1 to 10. Now your to-do list that we just created is going to be reverse. So you're going to start with number 10, okay? So number 10 is the first item you want to knock off, followed by number 9, number 8, and so on. And the things you listed, by the way, since we're talking about patterns, another pattern is to break things down into bite-sized chunks. We do this by working in sprints. So that means that, let's say the thing you've been putting off, number 10, is a huge elephant, this huge thing that it's been looming. It's going to take a lot of time. So rather than just listing it as, we've got to completely overhaul our ERP system or our CRM system, something like that. Could be big. Just write down the first action. What is the first smallest thing that you can do to kick the ball down the field? Okay, so that's what that's going to be. It's number 10 might not be to overhaul our entire, accounting system. What's the first action? number 9, the same thing. What's the first action? And the first 3 items there, if you can make them really, really small, make that your to-do list for today, okay? Really, really small. If you can kick that ball down the field, maybe if it's your, overhaul or accounting, what's a small thing that you can do? Maybe it's researching the top 3 accounting systems in that example. Something really small that'll give you momentum in that direction. And so what you're going to find, the interesting thing is that because we have rated it from least desirable to most desirable, where this thing kicks in is as you knock down things that are least desirable, that what you have to look forward to are the items that you find more desirable, meaning that you're creating a reinforcing loop or reinforcing pattern where you're going to get rewarded with things that you increasingly want to do, if that makes sense. Okay, so we're eating the frog. We're starting with the least desirable. We're breaking it down into what is something small that we can just knock off, and then we're reinforcing this behavior by every time you knock off one of these small things, you're getting closer and closer to the things that you really actually want to be doing. So those are your cookies, your ice cream. So this is the Premack principle, or Grandma's Law, and it's a hack that is going to allow you to just put that procrastination aside. It's a hack for just eliminating procrastination by leveraging Grandma's Law or the Premack principle. I hope it's useful, and again, this is an awesome way to just a lot of people feel overwhelmed due to just procrastinating. You feel guilty. There's this stuff that you keep putting off. So leverage Grandma's Law, Premack principle. I guarantee if you just grab a piece of paper and a pen and go through this exercise, you're going to feel amazing, and it's going to get you in a momentum. So I hope this was useful and it helps. I am at my destination, going to grab some lunch and get back to it. Let me know, by the way, if this was helpful. You can rate this podcast, give me some reviews, give me some feedback, and hope it was useful for you. And I will talk to you guys soon. Hey, Tim Uchuk here, and real quick, if you enjoyed this podcast episode, if you could take a couple quick seconds to give it a rating, it would be very much appreciated. And secondly, if you're looking for more tools and strategies on how you can crush it in life and business, just head on over to bookwithtim.com, where I've put together a free case study which shows you how to unlock unprecedented freedom today by using the 2 power levers. Just head on over to bookwithtim.com. Until next time, wishing you success and freedom in your business. Cheers.